Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. Kevin Durant versus Kawhi Leonard. Who is the better player? Now, before we start this video, I just have two brief things I want to talk about. The first one is I'm filming my own independent movie. It's going to be a scary movie, and you guys have to stay tuned for that. It's going to be very exciting. I'll keep you guys all updated on that. Don't worry. And number two, I just need to say this. Keep XXXTentacion's name alive. It's one of my favorite artists of all time. And I cannot believe what happened to him. He's only 20 years old. Absolutely. It's just, how could you do that to someone like that? Trying to turn his life around, doing good. You know, finally doing good in his life and changing for the better, and then that happens. It's absolutely, it's awful, man. So keep his name alive, and do whatever you can do to keep his name alive. But anyway, so Kevin Durant versus Kawhi Leonard. Now, this is a very big topic because Kevin Durant going to the Brooklyn Nets and Kawhi Leonard going to the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, can I just first say this? The New York Knicks are an absolute embarrassment of a team. I cannot believe my New York Knicks would not offer Kevin Durant a max contract. We're talking about one of the greatest players of all time going, potentially joining the New York Knicks alongside Kyrie Irving. That could have happened, but they didn't offer him a max contract because he was injured. I am so done with these New York Knicks, man. You guys know I'm the #1 Knicks fan in the world, but after all this nonsense, what they did to Melo, KP, I'm getting sick of it. Now we could have had KD, and now look at it. Anyway, that's besides the point. So who's better, Kevin Durant versus Kawhi Leonard? Now, it just depends on how you look at it and what your team needs, because both players are absolutely amazing. Kevin Durant was injured this past season, so it's hard to really judge at this point in time, so we can only go off of last season pretty much. But what Kawhi Leonard did this year with the Toronto Raptors was absolutely out of this mind. I mean, Kawhi Leonard getting traded to the Toronto Raptors, a team that would always be dominant in the regular season, but then always choke in the playoffs. And that's what shows you the difference between an NBA superstar and just an all-star. Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, they're just all-stars, or like 1, 2, 3, 4-time all-stars, and that's it. Kawhi Leonard's an NBA superstar. He's a 10-plus time all-star eventually, you know? So that's that. But Kawhi Leonard, what he did, being traded to the Toronto Raptors and then just being able to bring that team to an NBA championship, defensively, 50, 40, 90 from the field, game winners, game 7, game winner against the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, we're one of the best runs I've ever seen in my entire life of watching basketball. And I've been watching basketball for like 16, 17 years now. I've seen LeBron, I've seen Kobe, I've seen KD, I've seen Carmelo, I've seen D Wade, I've seen Tim Duncan, Tracy McGrady. I've seen a lot of great players. But what the heck Kawhi Leonard just did was up there with some of the best. I mean, it was incredible. Again, just like the efficiency. He's not going to put up 40, 50 points per game, but he's going to be efficient, 50, 40, 90. He's going to play defense. He's going to lead your team. He's a no BS kind of guy. Kevin Durant is the polar opposite. He's a no BS kind of guy too, but he's going to put up 40 to 50 per game, grab like almost 10 boards per game, you know, and play defense too, because KD improved a lot on defense. Let's not get Kevin Durant confused, because Kevin Durant is a great defensive player. Not as good as Kawhi Leonard, but Kevin Durant is pretty good on defense. Now, again, like I said, it just comes down to preference and what team you have. If you have a team like Kawhi, where you have a bunch of great, solid role players, like great scorers that can give you 10, 20 points per game as role players, then of course you want someone like Kawhi that's going to give you 25 to 30 consistently. But if you have more defensive players and more shooters, you're going to want Kevin Durant, because yes, Kevin Durant is a way better scorer. He can shoot better. It's kind of iffy, because Kawhi, while he's a little more boring on offense, he's still pretty efficient as well. So in terms of shooting, that's iffy. But KD, the way he just can dribble and pull up is ridiculous. So that's why I give KD the nod in terms of shooting. But if you have more shooters around you and more stretch players and more players to clear the lane and shooters and defenders, you want Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant's that guy that's going to give you 40 to 50 per night in the playoffs and in the NBA Finals, like he did against LeBron. So there's that. But it all depends. It depends on what you want. But overall, I would say Kevin Durant is still a better player. And that's not to knock Kawhi Leonard, because Kawhi Leonard had an absolute dominant season, and he's a dominant player. But Kevin Durant is one of the greatest players of all time. And Kawhi Leonard is too. But Kevin Durant has been doing this for 12 years. Kawhi Leonard has like been dominant like this for like 4 years. You know what I mean? So there's a big difference. KD's been at the top of the league for a while, and I know a lot of people don't like him because they think he's a snake and all of that, and that's whatever. That's none of my business. I don't really care about stuff like that. If you can play, you can play. I mean, I guess he did kind of betray by how you gonna go to the team that just beat you 3-1, came back from 3-1 deficit and joined that team? That's ridiculous. But like I'm saying, man, Kevin Durant is a better player. Kawhi Leonard is not far behind. Like I said, I still think LeBron is the best player in the world. Kevin Durant is number 2, and then it's either Kawhi or Stephen Curry. And a lot of people are going to take and really hate on Stephen Curry, but I'm telling you guys, man, Stephen Curry is still a dominant player. He's still one of the greatest players in the league. Anyway, I'm going to take Kevin Durant over Kawhi Leonard. It's been your man, Steve. I'm out of here, man. Like I said, stay tuned and learn more about my movie. And keep XXX's name alive, man. It's a tragedy. It's been your man, Steve. I'm out of here, man. Peace.